This is going to be an energy reading for Leos. If you are Leo, this energy reading is going to be for you, beloved. Alrighty, so I'm seeing the Three of Swords, the High Priestess, and the Sun card in my mind's eye, which is Leo's energy. Three of Swords is Libra energy. High Priestess is Pisces energy. So Pisces, Leo, Libra energy could be significant for you, Leos. Okay. But when it comes to a bitter truth, maybe something that caused heartbreak and pain to you, Spirit may want you to trust your intuition because something was illuminated to you. Okay, and Spirit is wanting you to stay positive and optimistic. Okay, I don't know if you're one who experienced a lot of, heartbreak in connections, and so it's made you a bit pessimistic because it's kind of giving me that type of energy. You may have been a bit pessimistic when it comes to love. All right. But I'm seeing happiness, peace. Maybe you're going to be making peace with a situation. Maybe Spirit is telling you to trust your intuition about making peace with a situation that could have caused you heartbreak and pain. Because some of you guys could be suffering in silence. Okay, heartbroken. All right, but that's what I got for you, gang. Let's see for Leo, Spirit. What does Leos need to know? For Leo. What does Leos need to know? I asked my higher self, the Most High, and the Ascended Masters to have this intuitive reading. Alrighty, gang, at the bottom of the deck, you guys have Not My Type. Okay, Not My Type says, be open to different types of people because you may be surprised who you find. Okay, Judgment is behind there. Judgment says, don't be too quick to count someone out. Be open and give them a fair chance. Okay, so Leo, some of you guys may feel like because someone's not physically your type, okay, and I mean, to an extent, you want to be physically attractive, but Spirit is saying, okay, be open to different types of people, okay, because you might be surprised who you find. Don't be too quick to count someone out. Be open to give them a fair chance. So someone wants a chance with you, Leos, okay. You might be looking at this person because they're not your type, but maybe your type isn't your type. Maybe your perspective needs to change. I'm just throwing something out there. All right. Judgment is giving me like the Judgment card. Scorpio energy could be significant. But let's see. For Leo, Spirit, what does Leos need to know? Holding on came out. Okay. It says you must release old ties in order to have a fresh start with someone new. So some of you guys are holding on to someone who may not even be your type anymore. They may have been your type in the past, gang. Okay, they could have been someone who you found to be really physically attractive. Maybe you romanticized this person or felt like this person was going to be the one because they looked like your type. Okay, but Spirit is saying there could be someone who may not physically look like your type, but don't judge a book by its cover. Okay, because this could be someone who is your type. Like if you're looking for something like with depth, you want someone who is emotionally available. You want someone who be mentally stimulating. They support you mentally, emotionally. You want someone who will support you, respect you. That could be the type that's coming in for you. But because it's not packaged in the way that you want it to be packaged, because you want it to be pretty and cute and glitter and glam. Okay, because sometimes Leo like them a little fancy, good looking. Okay, I know. Okay, some of y'all, you like the glitz and glams. You like the good looking things. But Spirit is saying, and it's not saying that this person who is not your type isn't good looking. I just feel like, let's say you like tall, dark, and handsome. The fairy tale type of thing. You want somebody tall, dark, handsome, stallion, 6'2". Okay, but you get someone who is short, maybe a little chunky. Okay, fair skin. All right. And you like, oh, because that's not my type. That's not the type that I would normally go for. Then that's not the one. Spirit is saying maybe you should give somebody a chance because even though they physically, their appearance might not be exactly what it is that you want, don't judge this book by its cover because this could be someone who wants to give you what you want or can give you what you want. Okay. And you holding on to someone of the past that looks like wasn't your type. Okay. Because you could have dealt with somebody who may physically look like your type, but they didn't come with good character. They didn't come with, emotionally available to you. They were emotionally unavailable. Take it how it stands for you. But some of y'all are still holding on to someone of the past. Okay. And in order to have a fresh start, Leos, with someone new, you're going to have to cut old ties. All right. This one also came out. It says too risky. You feel like it's not worth the risk, but opening your heart is a risk worth taking. Okay. Keep that heart space open. Keep that heart chakra open. Okay, now some of y'all feel like it might be too risky, and that's because you're holding on to someone of the past, the hurt of the past, the heartbreak of the past. You know, you don't want to risk getting your heart broken again. You don't want to risk getting hurt and disappointed again. I get that. Okay, but Spirit is saying, it is worth the risk. Okay, opening your heart is a risk worth taking. Okay, on this card, I'm seeing Earth on one card, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy could be significant. I'm seeing water on another card, so Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio can be significant. Now, for some of y'all, this could just represent the Earth body, the emotional body. You need to ground your emotions, get a better understanding of your emotions, what it is that you want out of life, so that you can, you know, feel comfortable or confident in taking that risk, that chance to open up your heart to someone. Okay. The Fool's card, because that risk, taking a chance, a risk is giving me like the Fool's card. Aquarius, Aries energy could be significant as well. At the bottom of the deck, you guys have love sucks. Some of y'all feel like love sucks. Okay, you have stopped believing in love. Let yourself heal. Okay, so that you can open up again. Okay, and I told y'all it's about heartbreak, because I've seen the Three of Swords in my mind's eye. Something about you needing to make peace with a situation. Trust your intuition about making peace with a situation that could have caused you heartbreak and pain. Because some of y'all are sitting in silence, suffering, okay, in your feelings about a situation, okay, which has you feeling pessimistic about love. And I told y'all that. It was giving me an energy of Spirit is trying to tell y'all, stay positive, stay optimistic. Don't be out here thinking that love is not for you. Okay, because love is. But you have to get out of that mind frame. Okay, you got to get out of that mindset thinking that, you know, love sucks, because it doesn't. Okay, love isn't supposed to hurt. It's not supposed to be, you know, of course, sometimes you will receive, you know, disappointments. You know, you might end up, you know, sad in situations, but it's not supposed to feel like a 10 of swords. It's not. Okay, that's not love. All right. But some of y'all have stopped believing in love, and you need to let yourself heal. Okay, so that you can open up again. And if this isn't you, then this is someone else in your energy, but it's really giving me you, gang, because I seen the Sun card bright and beautiful in my mind's eye, and I feel like that was a representation of y'all. Okay, I feel like deep down you are a very positive, optimistic individual. You know, you come with your own peace. Maybe you know, came with peace when you came with when you went and met somebody and then they disrupted your peace. I don't know. But something about you need to make peace with a situation, but also stay optimistic and positive about love. Okay, not talking is here. You are not communicating your needs clearly. You need to discuss how it is that you feel. Okay, now some of y'all, maybe you shut down, Leos, or maybe you get really avoidant when it comes to your emotions, or, you know, maybe you don't know how to communicate your emotions. You know, take it how it resonates for you, gang. Okay. But Spirit is saying you're not even communicating these needs, these wants, what you want out of a connection clearly. And you need to discuss how it is that you feel, whether this is a new person, an old person, whatever. But you have to be open to talking and discussing what it is that you want, the wants and needs in a connection. Okay, set boundaries, the things that you don't want to happen in a connection. Okay, behind there is confusion. Okay, confusion says you don't know what you want, so you need clarity before you get involved. I told y'all, some of y'all need to really sit down and take time and think about what it is that you want. Okay, you can't be telling yourself you want love, but then telling yourself that love sucks. Okay. Or feeling deep down in your soul that love sucks. That's how you feel. But, you know, you're confused because you want love. You're confusing the universe. You're confusing God. Okay. God doesn't go off of what you say, or the universe doesn't go off of what you say. They go off of what you're ready for. So if you're still confused and conflicted about what it is that you want when it comes to love, Spirit is going to bring you more lessons so that you can figure that out. Okay. Maybe someone's tired of the lessons. Maybe it's time for you to just sit in hermit mode. Write down. I really don't like when people do like this, but like, this might, you know, help you to start, but like write down, you know, what it is that you want out of a person. And I'm not just talking about superficial things, you know, oh, I want them to be rich. I want them to, you know, look really good. I want them to be 6'2". I want them to, you know, not those type of things. Like, what is it that your heart's really desires? Like, do you want this person to be very compassionate? Do you want them to be very loving? Do you want them to be, you know, you have to tell the universe exactly what it is that you want. Okay. And then you have to live in that energy. So if you want love, you have to be in the energy of love. Okay. But confusion is here. You may not know what it is that you exactly want right now. You need clarity before you can get involved. And maybe that's what you might need to tell someone, because it's definitely giving me, Leos, you may have a love interest in your energy, but they might not be your type. Okay, then the deck just split. It just failed because, you know, they slippery and slidey. Okay, but this is what was in the mix. It says, stuck in the past. Let go of your ex completely so you can truly welcome in new love. This is here twice as far as the holding on and stuck in the past. Some of y'all are holding on to someone of the past that you need to let go of, an ex. And it doesn't necessarily have to be you're holding on to them like in hopes that they will return. It's giving me you're holding on to an experience. And since I said Ten of Swords, for some, it could have been a Ten of Swords situation where it caused heartbreak and pain. Like you were stabbed in the back multiple times. It really hurt you. And you're stuck on that experience. You're holding on to that experience. You need to let that experience go, because not everybody who you're going to encounter or come across is going to hurt you. Because behind being stuck in the past is being guarded. You being stuck in the past, holding on to the past trauma, the hurt, the pain, okay, has you guarded. Okay, it says you are lonely because you're so aloof. Trust others and let them into your heart. Some of y'all are closed off right now. I gotta give y'all the truth right now. Okay, it's gonna be a hard truth. Okay, but this is tough love that I'm giving y'all, gang. Okay, you holding on to the past, being guarded because of something that experience that has happened in the past. Okay, and you're gonna end up missing out on an opportunity for love. Okay, now some of y'all maybe in the past you've lost yourself because behind being guarded is losing yourself. You feel lost in your own partnership. It's okay to be yourself and have your own life too. Like maybe y'all, you know, felt like you were losing yourself in the last connection. You know, you gave too much to your partner. Now you feel like it's too risky to open up your heart to someone new, because you done opened up your heart to somebody and they stabbed you in the back. Not only 3 times with the 3 of Swords that I seen in my mind's eye, but the 10 of Swords that I said. Okay. For some, it was to an extent of, you know, you really experiencing something traumatic, someone really hurting you, you know, whatever the case may be. Okay. That's trauma that you need to still heal. And I feel like it's blocking your heart space a bit. Leos. Okay, I'm not saying that you're emotionally unavailable. That's not what I'm saying. I mean, some of y'all could be. Okay, but even if you are emotionally unavailable, this is an opportunity to work on your emotions. Okay, get a better understanding about how it is that you feel so that you can heal that and move forward. Okay, well, let's see. For Leo spirit, what does Leo need to know? I see a tower moment. You might get receive a surprise invitation. This could be to take you out on a date, or someone being patient with you, wants to take you out on a date. Okay. Now, if you're still releasing, detaching from someone, and you're not ready to open up to someone who is a romantic interest, it's okay to tell them no. Just be open to them, communicate to them. Because remember, we had not talking. Make sure that you're opening your mouth and you're communicating to them whether or not you are ready for this. Okay. And if you know in your heart that you're going to be pessimistic about the experience, then maybe you're just not ready. And that's okay, gang. Okay, but you do have, some of y'all could be detaching from a King of Cups in reverse. Could be a Pisces, a Cancer, a Scorpio. Doesn't have to be. Could just be a masculine who was emotionally unavailable to you. Okay. Well, let's see. For Leos, yeah, I definitely see you leaving this person out in the cold. Okay. Now, for some, you could be having trouble detaching from someone, a King of Cups in reverse. The King of Cups in reverse can be, you know, someone overly emotional, someone emotionally unavailable. Could be someone, you know, wishy-washy with their emotions, hot and cold. You know, one minute it's a high with the love, and then the next minute they're really cold towards you. Okay, so y'all could have dealt with somebody like that. Doesn't necessarily have to be a water sign. I channel water energy too. Doesn't have to be a water sign. Maybe you feel like, because on the 2 risky card is water energy. And I'm just piecing stuff together. So take it how it resonates for you, gang. Okay, but on the 2 risky card is water energy. Right? I seen the King of Cups in reverse. Maybe you feel like it's too risky to open up your heart, okay, to love, because you dealt with either a water sign that was emotionally unavailable to you or just someone who was emotionally unavailable to you. But water energy is significant. All right. At the bottom of this deck, you guys have the Two of Wands. You have a choice and path, and you're manifesting peace, happiness. Okay. Leo energy. Okay, we have Virgo, Gemini energy here. That's what you want. Maybe you want to make peace with a situation. That's the path that you're choosing, to make peace with a situation. Okay. But there's someone here who's manifesting you. A King of Swords, a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. They may want to make peace with a situation too. Or come to you to try to extend an olive branch. Okay, this could be an ex with the King of Swords. But let's see. For Leo spirit, we have the Eight of Cups. I don't know. You might choose to walk away from this person too. Either it's a King of Swords who's in a King of Swords, King of Cups energy in reverse. Or there's a King of Cups in reverse, King of Swords. Either this is an air sign with water in this chart, water sign with air in this chart. Okay. They could both be exes. Again, you just take it how it resonates for you. Because they could have been exes that you ran across who were emotionally unavailable. But this was to help you to detach and release. Get a better understanding of your emotions. Okay. Let's see. For Leos, we have the Knight of Swords. Someone's taking action towards alchemizing an energy where they felt betrayed. Temperance card, Sagittarius energy. We have the King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag. Justice card, Libra energy. Someone's wanting to take accountability. Could be a Libra who's spiritually growing. They're going to take some type of action towards you, but they're still detaching from somebody. So I don't know if it's a King of Swords who's trying to make peace with a situation and detach so that they could be able to open up. Now, for some, it could be someone that you met who was still holding on to the past, who needed to make peace with a situation of the past and detach. And right now, that's what they're focused on, is detaching and alchemizing this energy so that they can take accountability, possibly for rejecting you with the Four of Swords here in the past. With the Six of Cups here, this is a past life soulmate. Someone that you live many lives with. Okay, but with the Ten of Swords here, I don't know. Maybe you felt betrayed by this person. Okay, or when it comes to, my bad, Leo. When it comes to a past connection where someone would have maybe felt like someone's their soulmate, they could have ended up getting betrayed. Okay. I'm also seeing someone here needing to take accountability when it comes to regulating their emotions. When it comes to feeling rejected, like someone, and maybe someone is. This could be you, or this is a Libra. Because just the card is here, Libra energy. We got the King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag. Okay, but someone here in a connection is learning. And maybe this is what the soulmate that you met recently was brought to you, to learn how to regulate your emotions, better understand your emotions so that you could release and detach from rejection wounds or abandonment wounds that could have been caused in a connection that you had in the past where you felt betrayed. Okay. Let's see. For Leo spirit, we have the Lover's card in reverse, Gemini energy. You have an ex-lover here who wants to apologize. Okay, trust your intuition when it comes to this with the High Priestess, Pisces energy, this communication that you're going to receive. Okay. It might have you in your head, Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag. Okay, but you're going to get truth or clarity when it comes to someone who has romantic feelings for you, or truth or clarity about a romantic interest. Okay, some of y'all have been overthinking a lot about clarity that you received, and you need to trust your intuition because you could be receiving downloads, getting clarity about a situation, but you're overthinking it. Don't overthink it, because the Page of Cups could also be signs and synchronicities. You could be receiving signs and synchronicities about an ex-lover who you're detaching from. And Spirit is wanting you to stay focused on detaching and alchemizing the energy and trusting your intuition, because you may have attracted somebody, okay, who's a romantic interest, who wants to take you on a date, right? But you could be overthinking. I don't know if you're overthinking because you think that their intentions is just because of their attraction to you. Because you come out as the Queen of Wands, which is your energy, Aries, Leo, Sag, right? but it's also energy. The Queen of Wands is someone who's sensual, seductive, sexy, beautiful, magical, spiritual. Okay, some of y'all are High Priestess with the High Priestess here and the Queen of Wands. Okay, and I did see the Page of Pentacles, which is about doing divination. So, you know, some of y'all can be tarot readers. You don't have to be. But trust your intuition about whatever communication you're going to receive. Trust your intuition about any downloads that you receive, because you are very intuitive. And you're getting clarity. And this could be coming from your angels, your guides. Okay. For Leo spirit, what does Leos need to know? And it's got to do with your emotions. Okay. We have the Hermit card. Spirit is wanting you to go within. Okay. You're receiving guidance from your spirit team. Okay. Maybe even support from Soul Tribe. Okay, in a distant horizon, I see a King of Swords who has a plan, but they're indecisive about this plan. I don't know if they're indecisive about this plan because of some argument, disagreement, or fight that you guys had, or because they put you in competition and created illusion about a Queen of Cups, a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, someone that they could have been married to. Ooh-wee. Okay, or lived with, or in union with. Okay, let's see. For Leo spirit, what does Leos need to know? We have the Hierophant card, the Six of Wands, the World card. Okay, you have a lot of divine energy around you, Leo. We have the Temperance card, all major arcanas, right? We have the Temperance card, the Hierophant card, we have the Lovers card, the Hierophant card, the World card just came out. And the reason why I say you have a lot of divine energy around you is because the Hierophant card represents a higher power, like, you know, the Most High God, you know, religion, whatever, you know, a belief in higher power, right? And for me, it's like representation of the Most High or God. Okay, the Hermit card, spirit guides, the Temperance card, angels. Like, you have a lot of divine energy around you, supporting you and showing you signs that it's time to take action towards detaching from an ex-lover. Okay, you've learned the lesson, but now you have to go within about what the lesson is, so that you, and I feel like it has to do with your emotions, but I do see you mastering it with the World card here. That's about mastery, completion of a cycle. Okay, Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, Leo energy. And you're completing this cycle successfully with the Six of Wands. You could be getting recognition, attention. Some of you guys could be getting recognition, attention online. For some, you even have the recognition or the attention of an ex-lover who's been watching you online. Okay, this could be that person who wants to apologize to you. Okay, but just be mindful, because this could be that person that you need to make peace with. Okay, this isn't, you know, it's not giving me, this is that person who's going to, even if they do apologize, it's not giving me the person that you're going to end up being with, like having some type of higher level commitment with. It's not giving that. Maybe in the past, you could have had a higher level commitment with this person, because that's what the Hierophant card could also represent as well, like marriage. Okay, this could be closing out a cycle with an ex-lover, maybe that you were married to at one point, to stay focused on, you know, releasing, detaching. Okay. And I see you following the signs that the divine has been showing you, okay? And you recognizing on your soul search, okay? I feel like the things that you need to detach from. And it's really giving me like experiences, people who you opened your heart to, who has you in this feeling of feeling like love sucks, or believing that maybe love isn't for you, because love is for you, right? I just feel like this person couldn't love you the way that you deserve to be loved, or that you desire to be loved. And there is someone who desires to love you, but this may not be the person that is your type. Okay, so just be mindful of that. If you do any type of online work, Leos, I see you receiving success, recognition. Also maybe getting support from Soul Tribe, from your spirit team. Okay, with the Seven of Pentacles in the bottom of the deck. Whatever you've been trying to achieve, be successful in, I do see that coming into fruition for you, because that's what the Seven of Pentacles is about. You planting the seed and then coming into fruition, you watching it grow. So something that you have been doing, this could be a platform, because the World card, Six of Wands, both for me are platforms. That's why I keep saying online work. You don't have to necessarily work online, but this is specifically for somebody. I'm seeing success. things coming into fruition for you, a good investment, right? But I also see you reflecting and recognizing as you soul search the things that you need to, the cycle that's closed out, you need to detach from it. And I see you doing it, okay? Yeah, but good things coming to your work, okay? So whatever you've been working, whatever you've been working on, gang, okay, I'm seeing a good investment, okay? Yeah, but I also see you feeling left out in the cold and heartbroken. And you're going to be reflecting on that. Some of y'all try to what's the word I'm looking for? Some of you guys try to distract yourself with work. Okay, and sometimes that could be a good thing for you because you turn that pain into power and it brings about coins, a cuss period. Okay, but the only thing about that is that I feel like it was distracting you from giving yourself the emotional support that you need. So some of y'all could be emotionally neglecting yourself. I haven't gotten the Queen of Cups in reverse, but me seeing the King of Cups in reverse is definitely giving me like someone who neglected your emotions. So you might need to be mindful of paying attention to your emotions and that you don't neglect your own emotions. Okay, but this is basically what I've seen in my mind's eye, the Three of Swords. The only thing is, instead of the Magician card, I've seen the High Priestess, but I'm seeing the Three of Swords, Magician card, and the Sun card. Okay, so when it comes to some type of heartbreak or pain that was manifested, I see you reflecting and making peace with it. Okay, or needing to make peace with it. Because you could be feeling way down right now, holding on to the energy of rejection, abandonment, neglect for some. Because some of y'all were like emotionally neglected. Okay, especially with that Queen of Wands that we seen. I did see the Queen of Cups, but it was something about someone being married or living with someone. Could be a King of Swords, a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay, now maybe this was someone that you lived with, that you had a lot of love for, until you found out something. And it could be, you know, something that they lied about, or the fact that they deceived you. Okay, but let's see. For Leo's spirit, what does Leo's need to know? You guys have the Star card. You're definitely in the spotlight. Somebody here is someone who's in the spotlight, getting recognition and attention online. I'm seeing that heavy. And this could be someone who's divinely guided. Okay, it could be a spirit guide themselves, a star seed, an earth angel. Okay, the Hierophant also represents like a guru or a shaman. Okay, I'm definitely seeing someone here who's spiritually gifted, spiritually led, spiritually guided. Okay, someone who's healing, getting recognition for the work that they've been putting in on themselves. You're getting a lot of recognition, I feel like, from Soul Tribe and from your spirit team. Okay, they're clapping out loud, they're rejoicing, they're blowing the trumpets. Like someone's spirit team is really celebrating them because they've been putting in that work to heal, to grow, to, you know, complete cycles, close out cycles, to master self. Is definitely giving that. But mastering their emotions is what I feel like needs to come next. Someone needs to master their emotions, get a better understanding of their emotions so that they could achieve their wish fulfillment. Because the Star card is about hopes, dreams. Someone's keeping hope alive, faith alive. They're trusting in the divine. They're trusting in their spirit guides. They're trusting in their angels. You know, they have it's giving me a nice support team as far as Soul Tribe, all of that. Like someone's wishes is going to be granted. It's going to be fulfilled. Okay, because the Star card is about wish fulfillment, being fulfilled. Right? This is coming in for you. All right. We have the Ace of Wands, Four of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. Okay. I see a new passion being ignited, a new opportunity. Okay, you might have to think on it. Okay, don't stress because it's going to bring you about abundance. I'm seeing good news. Okay, but I'm also seeing a divine feminine being conflicted and confused. Divine feminine. Why are you conflicted and confused? I don't know if this has to do with news. Now, for some, maybe there was a news of a pregnancy because divine feminine could also represent pregnancy. I don't know if you're pregnant, somebody else is pregnant. Libra, Taurus energy is here. Okay, doesn't have to be. Maybe you just heard news about someone having like a whole nother family. Yeah, especially with the Page of Swords, it's about finding out more information. So I don't know, maybe Divine Feminine, you were conflicted and confused. Maybe you were conflicted and confused about whether or not someone really loved you. Because remember, I told y'all someone could be really shifty with their emotions. We had the the King of Cups in reverse, King of Swords upright. And I told y'all there could be someone who's really shifty with their emotions, hot and cold, up and down. So maybe it could have left you conflicted and confused, Divine Feminine. Okay, so you found out more information. Strength card, Leo energy. Okay. Some of y'all are holding back from, because I'm seeing a Strength card, right? Next to the Ace of Cups. Now, this is beautiful energy to me. Why? Is it someone who loves hard? Okay, I know people say, I hate saying that, you know, because when you love hard, you fall hard. It's giving that, though. Someone who loves hard, who's really open-hearted. They're confident in the love that they give because they know that they're a very loving individual. They're unconditional lover. The Ace of Cups is about an unconditional lover, but someone's holding back. And this could be you, Leo, because the Strength card is Leo energy. Why you're holding back, opening up, is because you're holding on to sadness, depression. I told y'all, it's not giving me that you're holding on to this person, because I see you walking away from this person, staying focused on alchemizing the energy, letting go of this ex-lover. Like, even if they apologize, you're accepting the apology, but you're still moving forward. You're still going within, getting, divine guidance. You're asking God, is this for me? And it's given. If Spirit says no, then you're like, no, it's not for me then. And you walk away, regardless of how you may feel about someone or how attracted you are to someone. Like, when the divine tells you that something is for you or is not for you, like, that's the answer that you're waiting for. Okay. And it's definitely giving me the divine told you that it was time to walk away from somebody, but you did, right? But with the Five of Cups here, you were left in disappointment, sadness that you still need to detach from, still grieving this person. The Ace of Cups with the Five of Cups, that's the Six of Cups. Six of Cups for me is like emotional regulation. It is upright, so maybe you're finding the strength to, work through your emotions. And I love that for you, gang, because that's all over this read. Something about you needing to work through your emotions, regulate your emotions, detach. But it also could have you holding back emotionally, opening up emotionally, because you're still trying to detach, grieve a situation, okay, that you're regulating. You're going through an awakening with the Judgment card here. Scorpio energy, you're balancing your emotions. I love to hear that, gang. I love to hear that, okay? And the thing is, I didn't see the Queen of Swords or the Queen of Cups. Okay, so that would definitely tell me that your thoughts and your emotions are aligning, but this is a start. You facing your emotions, getting a better understanding of your emotions. Yeah, I'm sad. This really hurt me. It made me sad. It made me angry, because I did see the Five of Wands too. It made me angry that this person did this to me. It's like you're talking to yourself about these things. Now, again, I haven't got it yet, and I feel like I'm going to get it in the extended reading. But there is a romantic interest in your energy. The only thing is y'all might not feel like this is your type, but you still have to work out your emotions so that you could get a better understanding of your type. Because I feel like whoever is wanting to open up to you or open their heart to you, you may be a bit, I don't even want to say closed off. You're more standoffish because we're holding back, because you still need to regulate your emotions, get a better understanding of your emotions, grieve properly. Okay, and if you need to take time out to just heal, take time out to heal. Okay, but I do see you going through an awakening, creating balance emotionally, turning things around in your favor. You could be really guarded right now, wanting to take your time, and I see you receiving enlightenment. It's going to change your perspective, and it's to help you to surrender something. Okay, surrender maybe a situation where you had a tower. Okay, now tower is not always bad. Okay, even though the Tower card can represent upheavals and destruction and something being built on a faulty foundation, it also could bring about a check of reality. Okay, a reality check, a check of reality, a reality check, a better understanding of a situation, a different side. Okay, in my psychology class, I gave this example to my psychology teacher, and he uses it to this day. Okay, about perspectives. And it's like when you walk into a building, right? There's 4 walls. You got the front, the back, the sides, right? 4 people walk into this building. You got 1 person to go to the back, 2 people who go to the sides, 1 person to the front. The person's back perspective and view of that building is going to be different. You know, in the back, you might see, you know, alleyway, trash, you know, it's going to make you think, oh, this building is around a dirty place. You go to the sides of the buildings, all you see is concrete. You're going to think it's like the concrete jungle. All you see is concrete. You go to the front, you see a beautiful view of like trees and water and all of that. And all these other people on the other sides, all they have to do is switch, you know, not necessarily switch sides, but switch perspectives, you know, look out a different window and see that they will see a different, you know, view. And it's kind of given like that, you know, maybe you went to the backside of a building one time and you was dealing with somebody who was dingy, dirty, whatever you want to call it. Okay. But, you know, if you were to change your perspective and enlightenment, you might see, you know, somebody, either you could see somebody differently by, you know, seeing it through a different lens, through a different window, or just an experience. And in this case, I feel like it's an experience, because I feel like the person that you seen from the person that of the past that you got clarity about, you seen clearly of who this person was. But something about your perspective needing to change when it comes to this tower. And you could be working on that. And I feel like it's your perspective about love, gang. Okay. You're getting a reality check that maybe your perspective about love has, you know, come to this, you know, feeling like you don't really believe in love, even though you're trying to even though I see you keeping hope alive, right? With the star card here, you know, trusting in God to bring you love. But if you're still in this space of feeling like, oh, everybody who I love is going to end up hurting me, then Spirit is going to bring you in more hurt so that you can get an understanding that, you know, maybe that love starts within, or whatever the case may be. I don't know. Okay. But I do see you working on your emotions. Queen of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Some of y'all were kind of under a love spell. You could be angry about this because you could feel like you were blindsided. Okay, by a King of Swords, a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay, but in a distant horizon, I see you celebrating, or this is like a reconciliation, a reconnect. Okay, and you create an balance and harmony as you move on. Okay, but some of y'all, you need to get out of this negative and pessimistic space about love. Okay, and as you reflect, I see you seeing how that could actually have you in a lack emotionally. What's this that just came out? 8 of Wands in reverse. I'm also seeing delayed communication. Okay, because someone's been in their head overthinking. Queen of Wands. I don't know if you're delaying communication with someone who has feelings for you. Queen of Wands. Who did I had? I'm trying to think. Was that Gemini's energy? I think that was Gemini's, because there was a King of Swords. I'm going to have to double check. But I believe it was in Gemini's reading, about someone who was waiting on communication from somebody who they had feelings for, but they were feeling rejected because someone wasn't opening up, communicating. Okay, and I did see the King of Swords, and Gemini energy is out here with the Lover's card in reverse. Okay, but something about a delay in communication, someone overthinking in their head, and this could be you, this could be someone else, I don't know. All right, but that's the truth of clarity. For some, it's just you. Okay, there's a romantic interest in your energy who wants to give to you. They want to give you love. They want to show you love. This came out for Scorpio's energy, so if y'all want to check out Scorpio's read, you can. I believe I channeled air energy in Scorpio's read. And remember I told y'all something about a water air sign cusp, or air sign water sign cusp. It could be significant. Okay, only if you feel compelled to watch it. But there's someone who wants to give you love. This is their wish fulfillment. This is someone who wants to move things forward. Okay, they're going to take a leap of faith. King of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You have a baby's father, a father figure, or a husband, a karmic in your energy who's trying to create blockages for you. Use your discernment when it comes to this. This could definitely be an ex-husband. Okay, because I've seen the King of Swords, King of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, Queen of Pentacles. That's an ex-husband, ex-wife situation that have ended. So, yeah, definitely a divorce. I believe I channeled that. Some of y'all could have been married. Okay. Yeah, because this person betrayed you, stabbed you in the back. That's the trauma that you're still holding on to. Someone could be dark-skinned. Okay, like to wear their hair up. All right, it doesn't have to be. But I'm seeing, you know, a lot of people with their hair up. Some like buns. Someone likes wearing buns, like messy buns. That's cute. Okay. But I feel like this betrayal kind of got to your head a little bit. Okay, subconsciously though. Because the moon card is the subconscious mind. Okay. And subconsciously, even though because you may have tried to push it back. That's what the moon card is about, suppressing, pushing it back. Okay, so you could have tried to suppress it, but it's affecting your subconscious mind. It now has you subconsciously thinking that anybody who comes around you, they ain't really trying to show you love. They're going to end up trying to hurt you, betray you. But you have a soulmate in your energy, a past life soulmate in your energy. And for some, y'all done rejected a soulmate or whatever because you're holding on to the trauma. Okay, and that's what Spirit is saying. You need to make peace with a situation. Okay, now it could be in a distant horizon this is going to happen. So you have an opportunity to change your fate. Okay, you have free will. Okay, even though they say fate is fate, you always have an opportunity, a chance to change that. 2244 is significant. So it could be, you know, you have an opportunity to meet a romantic interest. They might not be your cup of tea, right? As far as physically, but as far as being stable, being smart, being openly, emotionally available, open to you, is definitely giving a divine masculine. Okay, it's definitely giving a divine masculine. Okay, and some of y'all, because it says in a distant horizon, some of y'all will end up rejecting somebody who wants to give you a love offer because you're still holding on to some of the past that you need to let go of, right? Some of y'all have an opportunity to change that. I tell people all the time, energy shifts. The reason why energy shifts and changes is because it depends on the decisions that people make. We all have free will. So if you choose to heal your heart space, open up, make peace with a situation, you'll be emotionally available to someone who wants love, who desires to, you know, give you love the way that you give love. So give you even reciprocity when it comes to that. Anyway, though, gang, I hope this gave you the insight and the clarity that you need. I'm about to get ready and take this to my members only. If you would like to check out the extended reading, you can go and click the link down below in the description box. For some people, it shows join on the bottom, like you can just click join. For some it doesn't, so I always post it in the description box on my page. But if not, this is going to be the energy reading for Leo gang.